Hello there, I hope you're having a good day. I'm going on a walk today, just a little walk along Pentire Glaze, and I'm starting off at Baby Bay, so I hope you enjoy this walk with me this afternoon. Here's a view so far at our starting point. So up here is New Polseth. And here at Baby Bay, you've got these saunas. They're called saunas by the sea. I've never used them, not yet anyway, but it's kind of a fun thing to do. Go in the sauna and then go for a nice swim in the sea. So we're going to start along this trail and we're going to go up and we're going to follow the West Coast path, and I'll show you the sights along the way. I hope you enjoy. So growing here, you've got all over the place. Alexandra, that's this. It's used in culinary. And actually, these bits here are edible. Well, the whole plant is edible, and they're meant to be good for upset tummies. Young stems can be eaten raw, cooked, or candied. Leaves are used in salads or soups. We've got some sea thrift growing here. Grows all along these areas. It's really pretty. Alpine plant. There's some good sets of waves coming in right now. I was thinking of going in the sea today, but decided it's still got a little bit of a windy, or not windy, but chilly breeze. It's not windy at all, but it looks really inviting. That's another day though. It's going to be the first of many. So that's the saunas by the sea. It's from a top view. Usually there's a van that comes down here, sits down there during the summer when the tide's out, and they do various different foods, which is really nice. Tide's in at the moment. As you can see by these trails, there's no barricades or anything like that. It's all natural. So you got to take care. And there's a lot of steps as well involved. It's a real calm one out today compared to my last video, which was a couple days ago. Let's climb these steps. Nice holiday cottage there. Perfect location. You've got the beach to yourself in the evening. Like I said before, this beach here, it's usually quite quiet. I mean, this is considerably quiet at the moment, obviously, because we're still at the beginning of the season. But it does get a little bit busier, but nothing like Polzeath, which is there on the other side. It's where we were standing in the other video, and we walked along that way. Looks like you've got the group of ladies down there from Sun is on the Sea going for their dip. In a distance, you've got some holiday cottages that are National Trust, and there's also a beautiful orchard garden there, which I'll take you through another day. And they've got, I'm out of breath because I'm climbing those steps, and I haven't done one of these sort of walks for a while, so you'll have to bear with me. But anyways, through there, so you can walk all the way from the beach here right up. It's only like about a 10-minute walk. It's quite mild. It's a very mild walk. And there's also a cafe there, which has got some lovely outdoor seating, as well as a bit of indoor seating in a barn, and then sort of a covered seating as well, which is nice. And they also have a tramper, so for people with disabilities who can't walk much, they can rent that tramper, and you can rent it for the day. It's quite cheap. You'll have to look that up on the National Trust website. I think it's like either £3 to £5 for the day, or £10 for the year. And that way they can, you know, explore the West Coast Path and Pentire Glaze as well as everyone else. It's a lovely idea. Sailboat in the distance there as well today, and a few people boating. So it's quite a moderate trail, and of course you've got these seating areas everywhere because you're going up and down, and it's nice to have just a little bit of a view, obviously, and just enjoy. And we're going to go back down again. So like I said, it's up and down all over. But a good trail. So I'm going to show you the view in a second. Once I reach the first step, which overlooks a part of a headland here. So here we are. Just lovely. I did bring my bathing suit today. Maybe I will have a dip later. We'll see what happens. So over there is Polzeath. Let's go. Other thing I forgot to mention is you've got parking there, which is, you gotta come early. It's free there. And so is that road. There's a few there, but then there's also toilets there, which are lovely. They just redid them all, and they're lovely clean. And then just above from the toilets is a pay car park. So if you're not able to get a spot at that area there, the seafront, you can always, which is very close, is just go to the car park, which is there, but it's paid for, but it's quite large. But during busy season, it gets busy and it's hard to find a car park or parking space. Then also at Polzeath, right on the beach in the distance there, you can see the on-beach car park. That's paid. And then there's one just a little bit higher up there, and that one is paid for as well too. This area here, loads of holiday homes and cottages, but all the grass area you see there is camping. So you can do camping as well, right on off the sea, overlooking the sea. So it's quite a very popular place. Beautiful, just lovely to be, and everything's at your fingertips, and you've got loads of places to eat as well, which are fantastic. As you can see, it's covered by wild gorse. This is wild gorse here, and there's a company, I'm not sure what the name of the company is, Cornish company, chocolate company, and they make a fabulous dark chocolate wild gorse chocolate bar, and this actually, the flavor is of coconut. It's unbelievable. I've tasted it before, but I've but I guess it's in the seeds, or however they strain out the oils and press it, and it has the flavor of coconut. It's really lovely chocolate. I've had it before, and you would have thought it was coconut. It's lovely. The bird in the distance, I'm not sure what kind of a bird that is. I'm not very good with birds. Just lovely. Oh, there. Just chirping away there. So right here, we'll be walking up that way, but right here you've got another beach. I believe that one is called Stinky Bay. Don't ask me why they call it Stinky Bay. If I've got the name wrong, because I know there's another area beyond, but I believe this one is Stinky Bay. And again, I mean, that beach is, well, it's only accessible, as you can see, when the tide is out. Tide is in right now, but that is even better because hardly anyone even goes on that beach. It's got more pebbles, but once the tide is out, which it goes out quite far, so you can walk to all of these beaches. Lovely headland there for an afternoon of either sunbathing or picnicking, whatever you like. At the moment, it's got some beautiful purple flowers. I don't know what they are. I'm going to get a little closer. Oh, I'll get a little closer so I can actually see what those are. Really pretty. Well, aren't they gorgeous? So pretty. I'm not really sure what those are called. I'm going to have to look those ones up. They almost have a similar flower as the sea thrift, but these are low growing. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to check that one out. Look it up and find out. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty. Beautiful. As you can see, there's loads of sightings of where rabbits have been, as well as their droppings. Rabbits are all over the place here. They're the maintainers and the keepers of the ground. Quite a few people in the sea, quite a few surfers and bodyboarders. These flowers are pretty too. They're little wild orchids. Tiny, tiny wild orchids. Aren't they pretty? Even a shell? How that one got up here. Most probably a bird dropped it, or I can't. Maybe the wind too, because we've had some windy days, and this is right close to the edge. So I don't know, but pretty. All the barnacles on it. Look at those waves. So that's where we started. Let's keep going. Some more pretty wildflowers growing. The flowers have only just begun to bloom and poke up. And what I see at the moment is so pretty, but it only gets better as time goes. All throughout May, beginning of June, it's just going to be full of flowers everywhere. And then come mid-June and so forth, it gets a bit messy because the flowers, of course, die back, and then it's all green foliage and other wonderful, wonderful, interesting plants. Even a few of the bluebells have come up here too, and those are the native English bluebells. I can't speak today. Bluebells. So if you take the trail going up, that takes you up to some more cottages, and then takes you over to, it sort of cuts through over and down to the lead mines. So but we're going the other way around. We're taking the actual coast path following the sea. I don't think we're going to go all the way around to the lead mines today, but we'll see how far we go. And then we've got the rest of the trail, which we're going to take. And this here is Stinky Bay. I believe this is called Stinky Bay. Like I said before, I wasn't 100% sure, but I think so. But again, it's a little bit of a climb down, so it's better when you access it when the tide is out. And you can just walk around to it and do some rock collecting, shell collecting, sea glass. You've got to really look hard for the sea glass. It just depends. That's a hit and miss. So this plant here, you probably have seen it in your garden and think it's quite a nuisance. It's called Sticky Willy. So as you can see, it sticks to everything and it grows all over the place. But it's actually edible, and what you can do with it, which is nice, is you just pick quite a bit, put it in a jug with water, leave it sit for a while, and then when you drink the water, it tastes like cucumber water. So it's quite, you can also use it in a tea as well. The name Stinky Bay is just a local name, and it's pretty literal. At certain times, especially at low tide, the cove can smell a bit because of decaying seaweed and marine life left on the rocks. Some more beautiful alpine flowers. Again, I don't know what these are called, but they're so pretty. And then some sea thrift, all in bud, waiting to burst open with their pink colors. Pinks, light pinks, darker pinks, and some sort of like lilac shades as well I've seen too. It's just so pretty. And these are all plants, alpine plants that you would probably, well, I've seen them when I used to live more up north and I'd buy them for my garden, and here they just grow everywhere. And we've also got irises as well. That's going to be beautiful when those come through. There are some rocky points, but it's not bad. It's also nice going on these walks. You meet so many different people from different places, like I just did now. And yeah, it's really nice. Everyone's in their finest when they're walking along the West Coast path. Well, not just the West Coast path, but anywhere. Yeah. Okay, time to climb these steps. I'll see you at the top. It wasn't too bad. Sometimes it looks worse than it is when you start climbing and it's like, oh, it's not a big deal. And as you can see, it's worth it. Every single step you take, a beautiful, beautiful view. And look at all the wild gorse here. So the view now. You're probably tired of looking at Polzeath, New Polzeath, but I'm just showing you again so you can kind of get the idea. So obviously that's Polzeath, New Polzeath, and then here's Stinky Bay. And again, I hope I got the right name for that. And I gotta find out why they even call it Stinky Bay. It's a mystery. Wish I could run like that. Well done. Especially going up these hills. So we're coming up to Pentire Head. So in the distance, I can't remember the name of that beach. I always forget the name of it. But if you continue on and it goes inward on the other side there, so the same side as you see that beach there, is Padstow. And then across on our side is Rock. You can take a little ferry that goes across from Rock to Padstow, or when the tide is out, you can walk over. We'll do that walk from Polzeth all along the coast to Rock in another video. And that walk I'm talking about, it's pretty much like this the whole way. So that one's a really easy one. There's also a cycle you can do if you go into Wadebridge, and you can either rent bicycles or you can bring your own, of course, and you can ride your bike along the estuary, the Camel Estuary, all the way to Rock. It's a lovely bike ride, and it's all flat. But they do have electrical bikes there too, which is pretty cool. So there are several fishing tours you can also take from Padstow. Not just Padstow, you can go from Port Isaac as well and other areas. And I took one last year. It was a mackerel fishing tour I went on. There's probably about 10 people on the boat. It was great. It was a day like today, and we begun in Padstow back there, and we came all the way here to Mools. Where are we? It's so sunny I can't see. Oh, here we are. I can't see inside my camera, so sorry about that. But anyways, we trolled around Mools, and that's where all the mackerel are. And I was the only one who caught a mackerel. So I was so excited, and I had it for my dinner that night. It was really, really nice to be able to catch a fish, which I haven't done since I was a little girl in Canada, and take it home and cook it, fry it up. So there's Pentire Head, and I just thought I stopped here because there were quite a few people coming up, and I don't really like to video when there's people coming, because I don't, don't think it's, if I can help it, I don't like to get people in videos without their permission. Sometimes you can't help it. It's not too bad when it's a distance, but when people notice you're videoing, a lot of them don't take to it very kindly, which I can understand. I don't mind myself, but there we go. There's a group of people you can probably see in front of me, which I'm trying my best not to get them in my video here. I want to show you the view from here. The beach down there. This beach has got steps going down to it. I don't know. I might head down there. A friend of mine told me that at this particular beach, it's full of, I don't know if you know, they're tiny little shells that they string on for necklaces. You might have seen them. They're little tiny white shells. They're very common, and apparently this beach is full of them. I haven't gone down yet to explore. I might do. We'll see what happens. We'll see, as there's quite a few people going down there now. So, and just for me, it makes it difficult for me to video, which I'd like to show you. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm going to show you the rest of the trail anyway. I remember the first time I ever did this walk was when I first moved down here, and I got to this point. I came from the other end, and I got to this point, and I didn't know what was further beyond, so I went up that way because I wasn't sure about the trails and where it was going, because I was unfamiliar, and I ended up in a cow's field, and eventually I got back to the main trail at the top, but I don't think I was meant to go on the cow's field. But hey ho, it's one of those things when you're exploring places for the first time. Lovely sailboat. Those ones always remind me of the sailboat that they have on the Canadian dime, which is 10 cents. So I've decided to come down to this beach and see if I could find some of those shells I was talking to you about a moment ago. So I'm going to turn around the camera, and you can see what the view is like now from here, from the bottom. Look at all of the sea thrift. see some fish swimming in this rock pool. So as you can see, it's a pebble beach. I don't think the tide is out enough for me to find any of those little shells. It's nothing but rocks. There are some shells, but they're too big for what I'm talking about. It's a lovely spot though. Ooh, here comes a nice wave. So I'm going to leave it here now, and I'm going to continue on my walk for a little bit longer, then head back and get some lunch because it's getting that time of day. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and I'll see you again, and have a wonderful day. Bye from Pentire Glaze, Cornwall. Bye. Pentire Head is a well-known headland on Cornwall's north coast, rich in history. Jutting out into the Atlantic Ocean and overlooking the entrance to the Camel Estuary, it stands out along the coastline. Today the area is cared for to support wildlife, but beneath the surface, and sometimes in plain view, there is evidence of thousands of years of human history. Thanks for joining me on this beautiful walk along Cornwall's West Coast path. Be sure to check out my next video as I head over to Polzeath. Bye for now.